Hello, we are here in Salerno, in Italy, with Walter Hilgers, musician, conductor, and professor for chamber music at Hochschule für Musik Franz Liszt in Weimar, in Germany. Professor, how have you found in Salerno and the young musician you worked with?
I enjoyed a lot to work with the musicians, and these days I worked with the tubists of the university and also with the brass quintet, and I had great pleasure with them, and I enjoyed to work as well as with the tuba players and also with the brass quintet. They are very interested, very open, and in a good shape and good condition, and good talented musicians. So it's very interesting work.
And regarding the teaching of music, have you noticed the significant differences between the methods of teaching that you are used and the method of teaching that you are getting here in Italy?
Regarding to the tuba players, there is not such a big difference, because in Italy it's they use mostly the same system we use in Germany. We play tuba and fa, and tuba and si bemol in the orchestra in Germany. In Italy, si bemol is used most in the bandas and brass orchestras, and the tuba and fa is used in the symphony orchestra here in Italy. And in Germany we use both instruments in the university to prepare the students for the life as the orchestra musician. And in Germany it's traditional to play B flat, so tuba and si bemol, and tuba and fa in the orchestra also. So the system is close to our system, so it makes it easy for me to work with these students.
And can you tell us some information on your own method of teaching, and in particular on breath technique?
I work very strict on basic things, as well in breathing, as well, or embouchure and the musculature and everything. And in breathing, my idea is from a book which is called Sonne, Mond und Stimme in German. So it's Luna, Sol, and Voce. And it's written by a singer and logopedic. And the idea is that the decision about your breathing type is already made at the moment of your birth. Yeah? And I want to make it a little bit short now. So the main difference is one type is a lunar type, and the other type is a solar type. And the solar type is the out-breathing type, and the lunar type the in-breathing type. So this is very different, because the solar type he needs less air than the lunar type, or he takes in a very short moment very big air, and then he's full. And the lunar type, he takes much more time to take his breath. So this is one thing which I concentrate and focus immediately. If a new student comes to me, I want to check which breathing type he is. And the other thing is the embouchure. For me, it's very important that they have the right muscles if they play, and the right embouchure. And there are different techniques of articulation, and notes can play a note with a tongue articulation, or only with the lips, or also if the lips are opened and you take only the air to articulate a note. So there are many different things, but it's takes too much time if I would go too much in details. But I focus, as I said before, very clear on the basic things. So the first 1-2 semesters, they are mainly working on basic things before we start to work on technical things or musical.
Okay. For a musician, how important are the technique on the one hand and the sound on the other hand?
It's both very important. If you have not the right sound for an orchestra, then you will not have a chance at an audition to get the job. The same as the technical things. Today, it's very important to be in high level quality in every part. It's technical, it's a sound, it's a musical understanding, and also a few to other things, not only to your own musical aspects. You must have a few about the whole music literature and everything what working together.
Yes. How important are spirituality and the search for inner peace to make good music and to emotionally involve the listeners? The spirituality of the player to make good music, how important is?
It's very important that young musicians develop their own personality during their study music. It's not good if a teacher takes permanent influence on the musical education of a person, because he has to find his own way. You can show him some directions which could be good for him, but at the end he must find the way he likes, from sound, from interpretation. We can only help them, but at least they have to find himself the way.
Okay.
Otherwise it's a copy of the teacher, and it's just not good.
Okay. Which are the composers that you prefer more and why?
This is a very difficult question. I cannot answer this with one sentence. If I look to my repertoire as a conductor, I prefer the romantic style, Brahms, Bruckner, Schumann,
Romantic period.
Also Gustav Mahler and Richard Wagner. But I also like very much the music by Bach. But
Yes.
I think there are many very good conductors and musicians who have concentrated on this area and interpretation and style and everything. And I think this is a very difficult part, and in my opinion, it's enough if you focus on one century or
Okay.
but I also I'm very interested in contemporary music, and I do a lot of chamber music and works contemporary music, and I'm always looking for new pieces. So there are a lot of pieces I played for the first time with my ensemble. So I'm open. For me, it's most important that music is good. It's only good and bad music. So.
Yes.